Watching Plain Speak with me, Poonam Burde. Maharashtra elections are just around the corner and the BJP-led NDA is riding high on the results from Haryana, a state that they won in a race everybody saw them losing in. They did that because they consolidated the non-Jat vote. But can that model be replicated in Maharashtra? Can the vote apart from the Maratha community come all together and be consolidated in favor of the NDA? Well, at least that's the plan of the Mahayuti. Reaching out to OBCs, Maharashtra BJP is trying to use the Maratha versus OBC polarization to its advantage. And many steps have been taken in that regard. I'll take you through that in just a bit. Now, many would say it's an apples versus oranges comparison, but we'll try and put that in perspective for you. There are as many as 351 OBC communities in the state of Maharashtra. They account for about 52% of the state's population. Of these, there are 291 communities that fall under the central OBC list. Now, the National Commission for Backward Classes just a few days ago recommended the inclusion of 7 Maharashtra communities in the central list of OBCs. And this development could send a message to the electorally crucial OBC group. Because this demand has been made by successive state governments in Maharashtra, but so far it has remained on the back burner. Now, in Maharashtra, the Maratha community holds big sway. The Saffron Party is facing some sort of pushback from the Marathas, especially over the reservation issue. Activist Jarange led the Maratha agitation over this reservation, and that has created some sort of unrest in the community against the BJP specifically, not the Mahayuti as such, but it's seen as one of those key reasons behind the party's performance in the Lok Sabha elections that just went by. Here's how the Mahayuti in Maharashtra is reaching out to OBCs. There are multiple steps that have been taken. First, of course, is that meetings were held with OBC community leaders. Assurances came to the fore on a caste-based census as well. The minister also vowed a hike in scholarships for OBC students. Deputy Chief Minister of the state, Devendra Fadnavis, reached out to backward class students. He helped 75 students get foreign scholarships. What they've also done is that 100% fellowship has now been announced for OBC research scholars. This benefits OBC, nomadic tribes and Vimukta Jati, the SBC as well. Just recently, the state government proposed the income limit increase for non-creamy layer. They want the hike to be made up to 15 lakh rupees, and this is now a proposal that sits on the desk of the central government. Whether the central government bites that bullet or not, but the cabinet has decided to clear it in a clear messaging that they want to send ahead of the state elections. So this OBC Dalit formula that they applied in Haryana and that worked for them, can they replicate that in Maharashtra? Can the NDA in Maharashtra consolidate and conquer this state as well? We decode.
उद्धव जी की हालत अभी ऐसी स्थिति है कि वो शोले पिक्चर में था जेलर, आधे इधर आधे उधर, मेरे साथ कोई नहीं।
एनसीपी और शिवसेना में कोई ज़्यादा मतभेद नहीं है, कांग्रेस में भी नहीं है। समझ लो कि कुछ सीटें हैं जिनके ऊपर सभी 3 पार्टी दावा करते हैं।
Let's open this up. Rohan Gupta, spokesperson of the BJP, Matthew Antony, spokesperson of the Congress, and election strategist Amitabh Tiwari joins us on this broadcast. Matthew Antony, let me begin by asking you. You know, we saw what happened for the Congress in Haryana, and most recently we saw OBC face, a prominent one, quit the party, claiming harassment and shabby treatment. Kumari Shailja in the past also has made similar allegations. Do you think this is something that could hurt the Congress in elections to come as well, and Maharashtra being the closest one?
Ajit Yadav has got his own reasons. However, with respect to the reservations in Maharashtra, I would like to say that our leader Rahul Gandhi has made the caste census as a priority of the party. And the two states in which we are ruling, Karnataka and Telangana, we have initiated the procedure on that one. And you can see our commitment towards the cause which we have been championing for some time. And because if the political will in the BJP was there, then why did they wait till the nth moment to do all these things for the scheduled caste or the reservations for the Maratha community as well as to any other particular community on that one? Then why did the Dhankar community leave the NDA alliance today? If the Mahayuti has done all sort of things like this, then why did the Dhankar, in 35 to 40 assembly seats with 1.5 crores of population, why did they leave the Mahayuti alliance if the commitment was there? They don't see that commitment. They see it only as a hogwash. That's exactly why we are saying that we don't see much of a problem because we're committed to the cause of this one, and we will implement the caste census survey as soon as we come into the power in the state of Maharashtra.
Rohan Gupta, there is a bid to consolidate the OBC, the Dalit vote as far as Maharashtra is concerned. The BJP managed to do that in Haryana. The Jats, which were seen to be as majority there, are seen to vote for the Congress party, which is why the BJP decided to consolidate everything else. Is that a pattern that we are seeing as far as Maharashtra goes, that the Marathas seem to have some issue or some resentment towards the BJP, specifically since the Maratha agitation that we've seen through its ups and downs? So the BJP and the Mahayuti has decided that we should consolidate everybody else in the state, which is why we're seeing these kind of measures.
Poonam, I think this consolidation or division politics of opposition has completely failed. And I think Haryana is the best example. Now you are talking about Jat, non-Jat consolidation in Haryana. Out of 25 Jat-dominated seats, BJP has won 13. So I think the opposition strategy of, mobilization or appeasement of minority, consolidation of minority vote, and division of majority vote, I think this has completely failed in Haryana. Where it is Jat or Dalit or anybody, BJP has won. So I think now it is the politics of performance. These tactics are not going to work. If opposition was serious on the caste census, they could have done it in Karnataka, where their government is more than 1.5 years. They have not done anything. So I think country has seen, and Haryana has given the befitting reply. They gave some confidence to Congress party in the Lok Sabha elections. They felt that in name of some people, it is the senior leader in form of Shelja or Mr. Yadav, both that was the treatment of OBC leaders and Dalit leaders in Congress party. How can people trust? If your senior leaders are in situation, people of the country cannot trust. And Haryana, where Congress was overconfident, they were arrogant, people have given befitting reply. So I think that the country is changing. It's not about the caste. It is about the work. It is about the delivery. It is about uniting the people. And it is against the appeasement politics. On all counts, opposition parties are completely failing. And the country is giving new mandate. That's why they are now questioning EVM. They don't trust people. That's why they are questioning EVM. So they need to understand that
why do we see these kind of decisions that are taken by the state government in Maharashtra, which are seen to be more pro-OBCs, more pro-Dalits than any other community? And all of this is happening in the last 4 to 5 months.
Poonam, according to me, it's not about doing for some particular caste or something. It is doing for everybody. There are many steps which are taken for OBC, for Dalits, for Maratha. So why you are seeing it in isolation? It is if government is doing everything for everybody, what is wrong in that? What is wrong in that? There is nothing wrong. It is a responsibility of government to deliver the promises. It is about Congress party or the opposition alliance, which are now completely shattered because they don't know what direction to go. Today they are questioning this move. The government will come out with something. They will question something else. It's all about delivery. If any government can repeat themselves third time, it is only BJP. It is in Haryana. You tell me last time which government, opposition government could repeat themselves at state level. You remember it. So it's about delivery. You can. I am telling you, I was at Haryana, Poonam. Message is very clear. It is all community. Everybody wants to work together. There are no divisions of caste. People hate appeasement on ground. You need to deliver. Even in minorities, you have to deliver on ground. Whether Ayushman Bharat or all these schemes, minority friends are taking benefit of that. They are not bothered about the sentiments which are created by opposition parties in name of work. Above all these things, is moving fast. All Indians are together, and any kind of divisive politics by anybody, people are not going to tolerate that.
Sure, performance wins is what the BJP and the NDA believes. Amitabh Tiwari is with us on this broadcast as well. But Matthew Antony, I see your hand going up. Quick rebuttal before I get in Mr. Tiwari as well.
Yeah, I just want to clarify to Rohan that the Karnataka government has already done the survey for the entire 7 crores Kannadigas, and that is also the caste census survey, which is going to be presented to the cabinet, and the cabinet will take the appropriate decision. With respect to what is there for the minority appeasement, BJP has always been accusing Congress of minority appeasement. Then why did BJP did the madrasa teacher's salary increase in the state of Maharashtra? Will you be doing it in the state of Gujarat, Rohan? Will you be doing it in the state of UP? Will you be doing it in the state of other states? Why is this minority appeasement from you after calling us out, for minority appeasement?
Poonam, I'll give a very short answer
Before,
to that.
just before you come in, as far as the caste survey is concerned in Karnataka, Matthew Antony, you would also concede to the fact that there have been flip-flops within the Congress party itself, or whether it should be made public or not, and what should be done with it.
Absolutely.
So if you're accusing the BJP of taking decisions that are termed as political gimmicks, you could be at the receiving end of the same criticism. Yeah. But anyway, Rohan Gupta, yes, go ahead.
Very short rebuttal. See, doing something for Muslim is appeasement. No. Dividing between Hindu and that is appeasement. Why you are saying that madrasa salaries cannot be increased? No, they have the right. We will do that. If there is if there is a mismatch, let me complete. If there is a mismatch and economically the government will have to do something, they will do it. They don't bifurcate between Hindus and Muslims when people go for Ayushman Bharat. They don't bifurcate. They don't divide Hindus and Muslims. Then they go for Ujjwala scheme. They don't divide Hindus and Muslims for taking any central government or state government benefit. It is the opposition party. So doing something for Muslim is not appeasement. Making Muslim, bhadkawing Muslim, name of bill is appeasement. You are saying Muslims that if BJP will come to power, this will happen. Nothing will happen. Muslims who are in mainstream, they are definitely going to be part of the growth story. It is the opposition parties who are creating this kind of issues in minds of people. You could not stop appeasement. That's why you have started the division of people.
You have elections right now. You are doing this in
division
Maharashtra.
of Hindus.
Will you do this in
there
Gujarat?
are two things. No, absolutely not.
Will you do
One
this in
side
other states where
appeasement
the
of
Muslims are backward?
and
Will you do
second
this in
side
Assam?
division of Hindus. This strategy is not going to work. The country has moved forward. You can question the government for anything. This government is for everybody, for every citizen of Maharashtra, and they will do whatever possible for the
citizens. Then why did you withhold?
And Haryana has given the befitting reply.
This decision till the nth moment of the election to be announced?
Absolutely, it is a government say. Absolutely, no, it is withholding.
Till the nth moment of the election.
Either you are unhappy that this is done, or you are unhappy with the timing. It is up to opposition party.
We are not unhappy. We actually compliment that. But then why it is not being done in other states? Why it was not done earlier?
For the citizens of the state. Whether it is Dalit, whether it is Muslim, whether it is OBC,
we will not calling out Congress for appeasement of minorities,
that the benefit of government schemes.
Now, when you have done that, you are saying that you are holier than cow.
There won't be division of Hindus. There won't be division of anybody. Everybody.
Okay, gentlemen. Let me come in here. Okay, these allegations about whether this is a political gimmick or whether it's an actual promise that can be delivered is an allegation that will fly from both sides, and both parties or both alliances in this case could be at the receiving end of that criticism. But Amitabh Tiwari, as far as Maharashtra is concerned, the dynamics and hard not the what the BJP managed to do in Haryana to consolidate the votes outside of the Jat community, can that equivalence be drawn as far as Maharashtra goes, assuming that we compare the Marathas to the Jats in Haryana?
No, see, essentially, as you rightly said, Maharashtra is a very big state. It's like 4 to 5 Haryanas into one. And it's also a very complex state because there are 6 regions and all the regions have different political dynamics and demographics. That's why it is a very, very complex state to decipher for any political pundit or even a politician. Now, but there is one thing common across India, including Haryana or Maharashtra, is that there is always some discontent against influential communities. And you just have to fire it to actually do some sort of a consultation. Correct. So what BJP is trying to do is that if they paid the price for the Maratha agitation in the Lok Sabha, if you see, they lost heavily in Marathwada, Vidarbha, as well as the Western Maharashtra. They attempted to do an OBC consolidation which failed because the Dalits even consolidated behind the Congress party led MVA. If you see where the BJP or the Mahayuti has done badly, the population of Dalits is fairly high, which is Vidarbha, Marathwada and Western Maharashtra. So now BJP has implemented many schemes, as you are showing, including raising the OBC layer, OBC creamy layer cap. It hopes that the OBC community consolidates behind the party on the back of these schemes, and of course the larger umbrella Ladki Behan scheme, which could cut across caste lines, because there is a complex interplay of caste and class. I mean, you could be an OBC, but if you belong to a rich class, you could have different voting preference. But if you are a Dalit and you are from a poor or a lower socioeconomic background, you do keep in mind that you are a beneficiary of various schemes. So what do? So it is a fairly complex choice for the voters, and it's going to be a very seat by seat election in that sense.
But in terms of who the faces are that are being projected as well, you know, as far as Haryana went, they had an OBC face that was being projected, who was the incumbent chief minister, who was being projected as the one who would return if the BJP returned to power, which is exactly what happened. As far as the state of Maharashtra goes, Amitabh Tiwari, in that sense, in the sense of projecting a face that would appeal to these communities, do you then think that the Aghadi has an edge over the Mahayuti?
No, essentially the dilemma of the Mahayuti is that of the top 3 people, 2 are from the Maratha community, and the Maratha community is angry, and they have a Brahmin deputy CM, and they do not have a big OBC face. Of course, Pankaja Munde is there and they have Chhagan Bhujbal from the NCP side. From the MVA side, you could have leaders like Nana Patole, etc., who could be from that community and could appeal to that community. So face wise, they could have faces, MVA could have bigger faces, but it's all going to boil down to the fact that in specific regions, which faces or which parties are against each other, and their faces would matter then. Like in Western Maharashtra, it will be largely Pawar versus Pawar. Any other face would not matter much. In Mumbai and Thane Konkan region, it will be Uddhav Thackeray versus Eknath Shinde. No other faces matter. And in Vidarbha and Marathwada, it will be largely Congress versus BJP. So it's also region-wise faces which become fairly important.
So region-wise, we could see different dynamics play out. But Matthew Antony, as far as the Aghadi is concerned, the alliance of the opposition is concerned, many believe that the Congress is now having to play second fiddle. We are seeing the kind of dynamics that's being played out as far as seat sharing goes as well. Both your alliance partners don't want to concede too many seats to you because there is doubts over the Congress's performance. At this time, do you think the Congress should pay heed from leaders that used to be their own about not neglecting certain communities?
Poonam, my answer to your question will be about showcasing the India Alliance. When India Alliance formation was coming out, the entire media was laughing out of it, making jokes out of it, not even willing to even call them as India Alliance. But it was the Congress party who took the larger role of stitching an alliance together to it by sacrificing a lot to make sure that we put up a good opposition front, which we did also, and we could make significant advances on it. If not, we couldn't make the government part of it. So in the state of Maharashtra also, we are well aligned, we are well respected with mutual respect to all our coalition partners, and we will have a mutually acceptable formula for all the 3 of the major coalition partners and the rest of them also, and we will fight together. In fact, if you look into the parliament elections, it is the Congress party which had the highest strike rate to a large extent in the parliament elections, and the independent candidate also kind of joined us on that one. So we have absolutely nothing to be on a inferior state at this point of time in the state of Maharashtra, but we are neither going to play a superior stage because we are going to play a brotherly manner into the 3 main alliance partners, so that we stitch a good alliance, so that we become responsible for the people of Maharashtra to form the government. The entire performance of Maharashtra government is symbolically there with the fall of the Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj statue in the state of Maharashtra, which can showcase how exactly the performance of this government has formed, because the Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj is a very, very emotional factor for the entire state of Maharashtra. How can the government place so light on such a statue with corruption being involved in that one? That shows that one. And then the law and order of the state in Maharashtra, barring been in the
We'll try and reconnect that line with Matthew Anthony, but Rohan Gupta, as far as the Maratha community is concerned, yeah, I believe we have Mr. Anthony back. Yeah, go ahead. We lost your line there briefly. We'll try and reconnect that line with Matthew Anthony. But Rohan Gupta, as far as the Maratha community is concerned, there are at least two leaders in the alliance, in the government right now, that are from the community. And yet there seems to be some sort of backlash as far as the community goes. One is because of the agitation that was led by Jarange Patil. The other is this carving out of the Kunbi caste, the carving out of the OBC as a whole. That's not something that they wanted. Despite you having two tall leaders of the Maratha community in your government, we see the kind of discontentment against the BJP, against the NDA. Do you think that's something that you can overcome in the next 1 month before elections?
See, Poonam, first of all, I'd like to answer what Congress spokesperson spoke about India Alliance. You know, they had formed this alliance telling that Loktantra or the democracy is under threat. Aam Aadmi Party was part of the alliance. What happened? You have seen in Haryana, they have fought separately. So the reality of Indi Gadbandhan is exposed in front of the country. Aam Aadmi Party, which was with Congress during the Lok Sabha elections, they fought separately. Number one. Jammu Kashmir, where they fought in alliance, the Congress is not part of the government. So they are talking about the big brother thing, but where is the bargaining power? Jammu Kashmir, where Congress has won 12 seats last time, now they are at 6 seats. They have lost their vote share by 6%. So when you talk about big brother, at least you should have that bargaining power. And situation is changing every day.
Sure. But to be fair, the NDA has also had its fair share of troubles when it comes to seat sharing.
After Haryana, situation in ground has changed completely. Dalits who put some faith in Congress party in name of democracy or Samvidhan, they understood the reality. If a tall leader like Shelja, if she could feel this situation in Congress party, can they trust Congress party? No. And she was the tall leader. And I think
I get that. But the same comparison is being made with the BJP as well. That was my question to you. That the NDA has two tall Maratha leaders, and yet there is that discontentment between within the community for the BJP and for the NDA.
This government is sensitive government. Way this government government is performing, you will see. Just let the time go. All the things, whatever things are there, will be resolved because this government believes in doing everything for everybody. It's not about the divisive thing, right? If you do everything for everybody, it's a good thing. Whether it is one, my friend was giving example of Madarsa. Why not? Everybody should be part of the growth story. But the division politics which Congress is trying to pay or Gadbandhan is trying to pay, it is going to fail. All Marathi people are
not answering my question though, Rohan Gupta.
Definitely, I am saying that whatever resentments are there on ground, you will see that it will be resolved, whatever form it is. We are sensitive towards the needs of people. We are not insensitive. We are not arrogant. We are not overconfident. We understand that situation in ground is changing every day.
Sure.
That's why in Haryana, when there was an issue of Agnivir was there, when there was issue of farmers, we were sensitive.
Sure.
When we went to Haryana,
so the BJP may have course-corrected some things as far as Haryana go. And Amitabh Tiwari, I want you to have the last word, but last 30 seconds because I don't have enough time on this. The BJP may have course-corrected as far as Haryana went, which is why we saw the results that we did. Is course correction possible for the Congress party and for the Aghadi in Maharashtra?
The course correction is possible for both the alliances, and of course it's possible for MVA as well. However, then they lost some of the momentum which they had gathered in the Lok Sabha elections. I think by being in opposition, they should have been ready with the seat sharing, at least as of now. And though both the alliances are behind, MVA could have had a lead if they had finalized the seat sharing agreement and would have countered the government better in the past 6 months. Some sort of complacency does seem to have crept in here as well.
Well, the BJP is definitely buoyed by what they saw in Haryana. Does that translate into Maharashtra? We'll find out sooner than later. November 23rd is when we'll find out what happens in Maharashtra. The government, there will be a new government. Whether it changes or whether we see a return of the NDA, we'll find out. But on that note, I thank you, gentlemen, for joining us here on this edition and sharing your perspective. Time for a quick break here on Plain Speak. But don't go anywhere. We'll be back with much more.